crazy, borderline insane. Forget what I'm saying. When you look at me, when you move, the crowd moves like an ocean full of waves, yeah. And I can't let you get away. Falling already, can't get up. Got me stuck, middle of the floor, bowling up like look at her, look at her, yeah. Time to go to social answer.
Hello, I'm Nicoletta Giacchino. I'm 18 years old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you're going to be hearing some new hits as soon as we get them up and popping.
Moves crazy, borderline insane. Forget what I'm saying. When you look at me, when you move, the crowd moves like an ocean full of waves, yeah. And I can't let you get away. Falling already, can't get up. Got me stuck, middle of the floor, bowling up like look at her, look at her, yeah. Time to go to social answer.
How long have you been associated with the Record Guru?
I've been associated with the Record Guru for a few months now, actually, just a short amount of time. So we're getting ready to kick things off and get started and do some work, you know.
How long have you been singing?
I've been singing my whole life, but I did my first little CD thing when I was 10 years old.
What was it called?
It was just like, you know, the national anthem, a couple like Hillary Duff songs, you know.
Who is your favorite artist?
I would have to say Christina Aguilera, and I also love Beyonce, Rihanna. Those are probably a few of my absolute favorites. I love them.
And where do you want to take this? As far as your career?
Well, I'd love to get signed and, you know, have a hit record that plays on the radio and, you know, just show people what I love to do all around.
Hello, I'm Mike Giacchino, the father of Nicoletta, the hopefully rising star artist coming up, so looking forward to talking to you.
Okay, how long have you been dealing with the Record Guru?
Well, I guess it's only been a couple of months now, probably 2 or 3 months. Things have gone rather quickly over the last, probably 8 to 12 weeks, and you know, we had probably a couple of meetings, several phone conversations, and things have, as I said, moved relatively quickly to get here, and you know, here we are. The last couple of meetings have been very intense as far as the workload goes for Nicoletta in the recording studio, so it's been exciting. I think she's having a great time.
When did you know your daughter could first sing? First could sing?
We found out that Nicoletta could sing. I think one time we stumbled upon it when she was about 6 or 7 years old. We were in the car and she was singing a song she was in the back seat singing to the radio, and we had heard her, and my wife and I looked at each other and thought that the voice sounded much more mature beyond the years of a 6 or 7 year old, and we were pleasantly surprised. So from that point, we kept asking her to sing other songs as they came on, and we found that she had a talent with that, and it was something that she, of course, enjoyed doing. And from that point, she started singing everywhere she went around the house, and then there was a point when she was about 9 or 10. We were on vacation, and she was there was a karaoke type of thing on the boardwalk, and she started singing. We prompted her with other friends, prompted her to sing, and she did just the basic. Well, she did the national anthem actually, a cappella, and many people were very impressed. So it was at that point where I think she started to realize that maybe this is fun and she should do it more often.
What was the process like getting to this point?
Well, I think generally the process getting to this point was, a lot of little steps, I guess you could say. So, there were things as little as the one I just described with, and then we met various people along the way who really liked what she could do and her voice. And at that point, we were getting her involved with other things. She was opening for, some of the groups of from yesteryear that you may remember, like the Drifters and the Marcells and the Vogues, and she was having fun with those types of things. And we got several compliments about that. And things were there were a lot of little shows like that along the way. So the process has been interesting. I mean, recently she won a contest that she entered in Pittsburgh, which was called First Night Pittsburgh, and it was a citywide contest sponsored by, I believe it was Equitable Gas Company, and this is it was a big event that was held on New Year's Eve in Pittsburgh, and she won that event. So that was fun. So there were a lot of little steps along the way to get to here, and then we met with the record guru, and things have been progressing since, and as I said, relatively quickly. So.
And where do you want to see her career to go to?
Well,
what level?
Well, of course, when we talk to her about it and what her aspirations are, like any entertainer or artist, you always want to reach for the stars, and I think that's where she is right now. She would love to see a hit record and to be able to do things that are very exciting and all the things that come with a hit record. But I also think that she's mature enough and enjoys singing enough that she realizes that there's a lot of other avenues that you can have fun with along the way. And or with respect to not getting perhaps your final goal, there's a lot of other great things that can come out of the entertainment industry, and I think she's enjoying the process as we go along. But ultimately would be something would be something like that. I know that's her dream, and that's of course then our dream.